Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Accent Training Podcast. My name is Pat. I'm your personal American accent coach. And today we're going to talk about 3 things that you've been told you should do, but you should probably avoid if you want to see some American accent development. And these aren't just some sneaky, useless mistakes. These are actually good tips. So you're going to want to hear all of what I've got to tell you here. Number 1 is that if you shadow everything that you hear Americans say, you're not only going to waste your time, but you may train your brain and your muscles incorrectly, which is going to take more time to retrain. You see, the problem is just that you're taking in too much linguistic information all at once. You're trying to catch everything that people are saying, and it's just overwhelming for your brain. That's what causes you to waste your time here, and it gets really frustrating. You may have experienced that yourself, and a lot of people end up quitting when that happens to them. But the truth is, accent acceleration happens when you allow your brain and your muscles to adapt the information together. And the way to adapt that information is developing just one sound or one pattern at a time. So the number one thing that you've got to change right away is to stop trying to shadow everything at once and just start focusing on one sound, one pattern at a time, folks. The next thing is that you may be focused on sounds that are a little too difficult for beginners, like the R sound or the TH sound. Very difficult. Now, those sounds are essential for your development, of course, but it's like baking a cake without eggs or an oven. You know, like the only way to get to that point is to develop the structure and the patterns behind those sounds. Otherwise, your words with R or your words with TH are always going to be just a little bit distorted to American ears. So if you train them the wrong way, not only do you waste your time, but you teach your muscles something which, again, you have to later try to retrain. You got to undo that. And so you don't want to start with the most difficult sounds. All right, so we need a good foundation of American accent sounds. After you have that foundation, when you're in a conversation or confused about a word, you'll have clear guidelines to know what was said and why it was said that way. But you don't want to start with the most difficult sounds of the American accent. It's going to take way more time to learn, and they aren't even the most necessary ones. And then the third thing that you've got to avoid is hesitating to use what you've learned in a real life scenario. Got to avoid that. When you learn a new sound or when you learn a new phrase or pattern of speaking, you've got to implement it in real life as quickly as possible. I'll see a lot of people who are successful in a class with me, but then they hesitate in real life to actually use what we trained. And I mean, hey, look, we aren't boxing here, folks. You don't have to go punch someone in the jaw. A major milestone for accent acceleration is just moving your mouth and using the words and the sounds that you've learned in your real life situation. Your training doesn't end when the lesson ends. That's when it begins. And in fact, that's really the biggest factor that sets my top performing clients apart, is simply using what they train in real life. Because using an American accent is a habit. And if you don't use it, you lose it. So practice by implementing what you've trained. And that doesn't mean overcomplicating things. That doesn't mean that you have to study for hours and hours and hours. It means learn a sound of the American accent, identify a few words that use that sound that you actually need to use, rehearse them by yourself in private until you're comfortable with them, and then just go out and use them. Because whether you do it well or not, it doesn't matter. you're reinforcing what you've learned either way. If you get it right, then you feel good about yourself and you'll feel more confident to get it right again. And if you get it wrong, which you probably will at least once, then that's instant feedback that you're getting from people. And it means that some adjustments might be needed. But that's still a step closer than you would be at if you did nothing and you just pretended like you were always pronouncing the word perfectly even when nobody understands you. So use what you learn in real life, my friend. I can't stress that enough. And those are the 3 mistakes that the average person makes when they begin training with the American accent, especially if they aren't training with a very skilled coach like myself. But if you follow what I said here, your training will be as smooth as butter, my friend. Number 1, don't shadow every sound that you're hearing people say. Just focus on one sound at a time. Number 2, don't start with the most difficult sounds, like the R or the TH. Start with the vowel sounds. They're easier and they're ubiquitous. Every word has vowel sounds, so start with those. And number 3, implement what you learn in real life. If you're successful in your lesson, that's great, but if you don't put it to work in real life, then your lesson was just a waste of time. So when you learn something new, use it or lose it, my friend. I hope that you took a lot from this quick little episode today. I had a lot of fun putting this one together for you and just finding what are some of the key common denominators that hold people back when they're really trying to see progress and they just don't know what to do. So I hope that you took some great information from this here. I hope that it saves you a lot of time and hopefully even a lot of money with your accent training. And if you feel that this was a valuable episode, then please don't hesitate to share it with a friend who you think might be getting stuck on their own American English development. Have a good one, folks. Hey guys, every day I'm seeing in the comments section, people are like, hey, Pat, how can I train with you? How can I get close to you? I'm an engineer. I'm in finance. I'm working in a competitive corporate environment. And well, look, if you want to coach with me, I want to help you, my friend. And so, look, there's a link that I put in the description of this podcast episode. And basically, if you click on it, all I ask for is your name, your phone number, and why you want to train with me. And then you'll have booked your private one-on-one consultation with me, Pat, and we'll make a game plan together. If you're tired of just running in circles without seeing real progress and you need an accent training breakthrough, I'm that coach that wants to push you hard. And so if you're ready for a breakthrough this year, go down, click that link, fill out the information, and we can set a consultation. Because I'm here to push you to succeed. If you give me the right to push you, I promise you, this coach is going to help change your life. So go click that link, let me know how I can help you, and let's get connected, my friend.